We're continuing to follow a shooting rampage that we first brought you as breaking news yesterday afternoon. A mother and daughter were killed, 3 others were injured, including a Kentucky State Trooper.
In a news conference this afternoon, we learned the 2 injured victims, the pastor and his son-in-law, are both listed in critical condition. The Kentucky State Trooper, who was also shot, suffered serious injuries but is stable. Former Lexington Police Chief Anthony Beatty says that you have to be ready and prepared for the what if as an officer and a citizen.
In today's society, again, everyone has to be vigilant and just as importantly be aware and cognizant and conscious of the situation and the environment they're in.
The suspect in the shooting has been identified as 47-year-old Guy House. He was shot and killed by police at the scene. This is a picture of House from a 2022 arrest.
And as we continue to learn more, many people are now paying attention to protocols and the rules in places that they frequent.
WKYT's Madison Carmouche is talking to community and faith leaders about what we could all learn from this tragedy in our top story at 10.
Everybody has an emotional scar that's pretty much lasts throughout your life after that happened.
Former Lexington Police Chief Anthony Beatty says people who witnessed, assisted, and worked on the scene of Sunday's mass shooting will not forget that day. He says from the outside looking in, the agencies responded to the airport and Richmond Road Baptist Church scenes in textbook fashion, apprehending the suspect as quickly as possible.
As the leader of an agency in terms of law enforcement, if you're doing your job and doing it the right way, then that ought to, even though it's a tragic, crisis-filled, dynamic situation, it ought to still happen pretty fluidly.
Beatty says that in situations where a suspect is on the run, it is important to secure the scene. He says this is for the safety of the public as well as the officers involved.
And so in the law enforcement sense, in my mentality, I'm thinking, okay, this person's at the limit now because they don't mind posing a threat to the law enforcement agency.
Beatty says in these times, it is important for churches to prepare for anything, and that includes gun violence. For a church less than 5 miles down the road from Richmond Road Baptist, Boones Creek Baptist Church, the pastor, Tim Wade, says they are constantly evolving and improving their safety protocol.
It's incomprehensible for us to understand how something like that could take place at a place that's supposed to be safe and sacred.
Wade says they still hosted their Sunday evening service where they prayed for the people involved and ensured congregants of their safety.
It's unfortunate that it has to be part of the conversation at a church that we have to think about safety measures, but we do take that very seriously.
In Lexington, Madison Carmouche, WKYT.
Lexington Mayor Linda Gordon and Police Chief Lawrence Weathers released a joint statement this afternoon saying that unity is our greatest strength during times of tragedy, saying technology played a crucial role in yesterday's response. They said, quote, with support from the Lexington Police Department's Real-Time Intelligence Center and the courage of Lexington's law enforcement community, lives were saved. Our One Lexington team has been working around the clock to ensure that those affected by yesterday's senseless acts of violence have direct access to the resources and services they need to begin healing, end quote. And if you or someone you know is looking for resources, you can email kpayne@lexingtonky.gov.